And welcome everybody to this recording of Game 2 between the Long Beach Legends and the Your Pro-Am Buccaneers, as the Legends took Game 1 by a commanding score of 15-2. We weren't even able to play all 7 innings as it got up to mercy rule, and that should all but guarantee first place for the Legends. And now we will have a 7-inning Game 2 as Christian Banda is on the mound. Leading things off will be Zach Mora, and he takes a fastball for strike number 1. So to recap, we only played 4.5 innings of Game 1 because the Legends ran up the score and scored an unprecedented 15 runs in 4 innings, and they managed to get the mercy rule after the top of the 5th inning. And that is where we stand today. So that will... It's barring some unprecedented 15-run or 20-run game for the Bucks, that should all but lock up first base for the Legends.
Yeah, and I was really impressed with the Legends in that first game. They came out with the bats swinging hard and often, 5 in that first inning, and pretty much, as you talked about, secures first place. Barring anything, I think they have to win by 19 runs to get first place, the Bucks, but pretty much setting stone that they'll play the playoff game on Monday morning here at El Camino.
As that pitch will be low and away for ball number 3, so Mora already heading the count 3-1. He was the starting pitcher in that lopsided Game 1, but now he will be playing third base today. And he's aboard with a leadoff walk, and that'll now bring up Brody Romero. And why don't I get you the rest of the lineup as batting third? Brody Romero will bat second, EHing. Ryder Gordon playing shortstop, he bats third. Cleaning things up will be Connor Bell behind the plate today, as he was the extra hitter in Game 1. Carson Panarisi will DH, as he played first in Game 1. Then Colin Bell in right field will be batting 6th. Batting 7th is Brandon Whiting in left field. Stephen Murray will play second base and bats 8th. Michael Carger bats 9th in center field. And rounding things out will be Troy May playing first base. And the first pitch to Romero is a strike. And Adam, why don't you let everybody know the defensive lineup for, after this pitch, let everybody know the defensive lineup for the Legends. Here is the 0-1. As that's going to be lined deep into left field, and admiring that deep foul ball was Justin Rolston in left field. Couldn't quite see where it went, but it was foul, and the count is 0-2.
Yeah, speaking of their defensive alignment, for the Legends at catcher behind the plate will be Vito Fowler. On the mound pitching is Kristen Banda. At third base, Ryan Geck. At shortstop, Brett Abudea. At second base, Ryan Lena, and at first, Will Schwab. And in the outfield, Justin Rolston, as you just mentioned, in left. In center, Christian Hong. And in right, Trevor Strong, who I believe I talked to his father. He will pitch today.
As that pitch is high and away for ball 1, so that'll make the count 1-2. Yes, as Kristen Banda is on the mound, when his pitching time is up, he will be in the designated hitter spot. So Christian Banda will also be hitting, as Banda played in Game 1 as well. Just trying to see where I had him batting. And that is going to be another ball, so that'll even up the count at 2-2 apiece. Kristen Banda, yes, he DH'd in Game 1 as well, as he went a solid 2 for 4 with, well, he went 1 for 3 actually, but he did reach base twice with a single and a walk, and both times he made it on base. He scored, as there's going to be a stolen base from Zach Mora. That throw, you know, it was a good throw from Fowler, but it was just a little bit offline because the throw beat Mora there, but it was just a little bit offline.
Yeah, and if it was online, it probably would have got Mora over at second, but good jump by Mora, good aggressive base running, and, you know, don't worry about what happened last game. Try to win this game and score as many runs as you can.
So now a runner at second with a full count, and the payoff pitch will be fouled back, and Romero pulled a Josh Hamilton, and his bat went flying in the air, but thankfully we've got the netting.
Yeah, I don't see that very often, but luckily we got the netting, so no harm, no foul. And maybe he'll even switch out bats here. just because he did throw it, better grip on the bat, but it looks like he'll keep the bat he has now, and he will see another 3-2 pitch.
One thing to note about Romero, he's not even wearing batting gloves. That's I think that's kind of crazy. Will Myers style, not wearing batting gloves, and just to me, I would think that would cause blisters on my hands. And the payoff pitch is high, and Romero draws a walk, back-to-back walks, so 2 on, nobody out, and Ryder Gordon is now up.
Yeah, so the start you wanted for the Bucks, just try to win this ball game, and if you can score, will try to do so. And if the pitches aren't there, don't swing at them. Back-to-back walks against Kristen Banda, and a good start for the Bucks. And let's see if they can get going with one of their hottest hitters at the plate.
And here will be the first pitch from Gordon, and to Gordon from Banda. And once again, he starts things off with a strike. He threw a first pitch strike to Mora and Romero, but then ended up walking them, as Banda is a left-hander on the mound, so I imagine we'll see a lot of right-handed batting today. And that pitch gets well over the head. It rolls perfectly back to catcher Vito Fowler, but it still allows the runner to advance 90 feet, as that one just was sailing, and you could hear it off the backstop.
Yeah, Banda has good velocity to his fastball so far from what I've seen, but he's all over the place as he needs to try to settle himself down and throw some strikes, back-to-back walks, as we talked about, and now that wild pitch puts both runners in scoring position.
And here will be the 1-1 pitch, and that finds it right down the middle for strike 2. So Banda trying to get his first out, as he is pitching, but he is also in the lineup too. He will be batting 6, and when he's done pitching, he will DH. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and there's a swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is out number 1, and maybe a good confidence booster for Banda right there.
Yeah, and I talked about his velocity. He's throwing really hard out there. I would have to guess if we had a radar gun, upper 80s to even maybe low 90s, and he blows the fastball by Gordon right there, and a big out, an impressive out, because Gordon's been swinging the bat so well, and now it will be up to their 4-hitter in Connor Bell.
Connor Bell batting cleanup today, and he is going to be catching, as he was the extra hitter for the Bucks in game 1, as Dominic Cervantes played catcher for that entire game for all 4 innings that they were pitching, if you can believe that. And here's the pitch, and that will be in there for strike 2. Yeah, kind of interesting to think we didn't even really play a full game, and as you mentioned, yeah, it's kind of wise, I think, to be playing 7 innings today.
Given what happened in the first game, it is very wise, especially both these teams. They have championship aspirations. They want to save as many arms as they can, so 2 innings could definitely make a difference in using at least 1 less arm.
As that fastball is high and not getting Bell to climb the ladder on that. Carson Panarisi will be on deck as he is DHing. As interesting color scheme to Connor's bat, as he's got orange. Would you say burnt orange? As that is high and away, and that will now make the count 2-2. Could either be burnt orange, could maybe also be Tennessee orange, if you from a different viewpoint. Kind of a mix between Texas burnt and Tennessee orange, I would say.
Yeah, Hendon Hooker, great quarterback. Tennessee, a good team. That Bama game last year, memorable. Glad that the Volunteers won that.
As he gets him to freeze like a man who's being interrogated. I literally thought of that one off the spot, but that's back-to-back Ks now from Banda, and he's 1 out away from getting out of this jam of runners in scoring position and nobody out. I wanted to say freeze like a popsicle, but then it just got me thinking like freeze, like when the cops say freeze.
Yeah, and Banda's really trusting his fastball with 2 strikes as his put-away pitch, as we talked about. Just a lot of velocity and getting enough movement and finding the zone and locating perfectly with 2 strikes. Impressive back-to-back Ks with 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. So now it's going to be up to Carson Panarisi for the Bucks to try to get the lead.
As he takes ball 1, and the left-hander Banda sets, as he's throwing to Fowler, and there's a swing and a miss, and yeah, that is some grade A velocity he's got on his pitching right there. Kind of not nearly as fast, but kind of reminding me of Chapman a bit.
Yeah, a little bit. And speaking of Chapman, he's been so good with the Texas Rangers ever since getting traded from the Royals, and his velocity is up to 103, I saw the other day.
That's amazing, as there's another swing and a miss right there. So 1 strike away is Banda from striking out the side. And yeah, he got himself into a jam, but he's 1 strike away from getting out of it, as he hopes to send his team up to bat with no runs allowed. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and there's a swing and a miss right there. Not 1, not 2, but 3 consecutive strikeouts to end the top of the first inning, as he leaves Mora and Romero stranded in scoring position. And we will head to the bottom of the first inning as the Legends look to pick up where they left off. Keep it right here. You are watching this recording of Ventura County Buccaneer of the Pro-Am League Baseball here on the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates. And welcome back, everybody, to El Camino College as we get ready to start the bottom of the first inning. Leading things off will be Justin Rolston, and, you know, I wonder if his ball is in orbit by now, because he really smoked one in the second inning of Game 1.
Yeah, he really did. Got a hold of one, drove it out to left field. The only home run we saw, 17 combined runs in that first game. He was the only one to leave the yard, and he's now in the leadoff spot with a lot of power up there. And we'll see, you know, from J.P. Kerr, we haven't seen him in a little while. We've seen him a few times this year. I'm excited to see what he has on the mound, and I think, David, they're going to ask him to go most of this game to preserve some pitching.
Yeah, so J.P. Kerr will be your pitcher as he gets Rolston to swing and miss it. That, I'm going to say, 85-mile-an-hour fastball, as he will be throwing the balls and strikes to Connor Bell. As we alluded to, we knew he was going to play catcher as he is back. First time back, as it's the first day back with this Pro-Am Bucks team, as he got to experience playing with the Pirates in Wisconsin, and I'm sure that was an experience that he will never forget.
Yeah, for sure. Memorable experience, and it's nice that the Pirates did play some good baseball up there in Wisconsin, going a respective 4-2, and they'll get another tournament setting to end their summer season in the Legends Tournament in Long Beach, taking place next weekend.
As there's a fly into right field, and Colin Bell camps out underneath it. He's got it, and that will be quickly out number 1. And why don't we get you the remaining lineup for the Legends as Justin Santoyo steps up to the plate. He will be followed by Ryan Geck batting 3rd, Will Schaub cleaning things up, Trevor Strong batting 5th, batting 6th is Christian Banda, Christian Hong is batting 7th, Rain Lina will be batting 8th, Brett Abudea will be batting 9th, and rounding things out will be Vito Fowler. As that looked a little low and outside to me, but he calls it a strike. And why don't you, as we saw Colin Bell, Adam, why don't you give the rest of the defensive lineup for the Bucks?
Yeah, for the Bucks, behind the plate, as that one is popped foul, get out of play. Behind the plate is Connor Bell. On the mound, as we've talked about, J.P. Kerr. At first base, Troy May. At second base, Stephen Murray. At shortstop, Ryder Gordon. And at third, Zach Mora. And in your outfield, Brandon Whiting in left, Michael Carger in center, and Colin Bell rounding it out in right field, who made the first out.
So a lot of players that played in Game 1, they're getting a lot of action today, as that's going to be another foul ball, and the count will remain 0-2 to Justin Santoyo, who is extra hitting today. He was the extra hitter in Game 1 as well, as he had a heck of a day. He went 3 for 3. I mean, granted, with it being a short game, he only got 3 at-bats, but he had 2 RBIs, had a double, 2 singles, came around to score twice, and almost came around to score as he flies this one deep into center field, but Carger and Bell run right into each other. The catch is made, as it looks like Carger was ready to catch that one, but Bell came in and they ran into each other, but luckily no violent collision.
Yeah, luckily both of them look to be okay, and more importantly for the Bucks, the out is also made, so that could have been a really scary situation for them, and luckily both of them seem to be good to go, and they got the second out of the inning, but a good out for Santoyo, who made the most of his 3 plate appearances in Game 1, getting 3 hits in 3 tries.
As I alluded to earlier, yeah, he did go 3 for 3, so that's his first out of the afternoon, if you're going to count Game 1 as well. But also it teaches you the importance that, communication is key. Every time there's a pop fly, got to have your voice up. Got to say, I got it, so you don't have a collision like that.
100%, and usually on those balls, the center fielder probably should catch the ball because they're kind of the captain out there in the outfield. As we know, Colin Bell has been fantastic and right this year for the Bucks, but I think just a little miscommunication. Both of them wanted the ball. Both of them easily could have caught that baseball, but hopefully on the next go-around, if something similar occurs, that one of the 2 players will call the other one off.
1-1 is the count. The right-hander Kerr delivers, and he delivers a good off-speeder right down Broadway for strike number 2. Playing on an entirely turf field, so different way the ball bounces today. 1-2 is the count. Here is the pitch, and that's going to bounce in on the chest protector of Bell, and that'll now put 2s across the board as we have 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Got good internet so far today with our hotspot, so hopefully our scoreboard will not go out on us. Luckily, I was able to get the internet fixed and get the scoreboard up there for you, because that's a nice luxury we have on here. As there's another cricket-style pitch that bounces up on Connor Bell, and now the count is full.
Yeah, full count right here would be nice because we saw so many runs be scored by the Legends in the first game to have a 1-2-3 inning for new pitcher J.P. Kerr and keep this game really competitive at 0 apiece through the first inning.
Here's the payoff pitch, and that will be low and away, ball 4, and Geck is aboard for the walk, or the 2-out walk, and now Will Schaub steps up to the plate. Schwab also had a heck of a Game 1. He had a single, a double, and then he was 2 for 3 officially because the next time he reached was on an error. But he had an RBI and came around to score twice. As I know, it seems like You could say that about as he flies this one deep to right field. And guess who's there? It's Colin Bell. He records all 3 outs, so the 2-out walk amounts to nothing as 3 flyouts that are all caught by Colin Bell ends the inning, and we will head to the bottom of the second, where Colin Bell, Brandon Whiting, and Stephen Murray are due up. Keep it right here. You are watching this recording of the Buccaneer of the Pro-Am League Baseball here on the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates. And we've reached the second inning now as Colin Bell will lead things off, and want to give a quick shout out to our very own Robert Pitts as it is his birthday today. I don't think he made the trip with the team here to El Camino, probably out celebrating his birthday somewhere here in SoCal, as that will be low and in the dirt for ball number 1. But Robert Pitts played yesterday, and he had a solid outing as he had a double and came around to score twice when he got on board. As there is a foul tip into the glove of Fowler, which will be strike number 1. Colin Bell came into pitch in game 1, and he didn't get a chance to bat as it already got to mercy rule and never came around to his at-bat, as he would have taken over for Zach Mora in all likelihood. That pitch is bounced away from Fowler, and that will now make the count 2-1, as Kristen Banda is back on the mound, who led things off with 2 walks, but then had 3 straight strikeouts, looking to continue that same kind of success, as he's in the second inning, already has 3 strikeouts. And the left-hander sets with the 2-1. That will now make it 2-2 as it is fouled away. Banda definitely very resilient. Looks like Bell didn't wash his jersey last night, as we saw him get very down and dirty yesterday in the game against the Sliders when he went sliding all over that dirt. And I'll let you commentate on that as soon as this 2-2 pitch comes by way of Banda. That will be grounded to short, where it can be played by Abuday, and he throws to first, and that is out number 1, and that will bring up Brandon Whiting.
Yeah, good play right there from the shortstop. Good hustle from Bell. I'll leave interpretation on that dirt comment, but yeah, very aggressive player in Colin Bell, and now it's going to be Brandon Whiting's turn to bat with 1 out here in the second.
Brandon Whiting will now step up to the plate, as Banda has retired the last 4 batters he's faced, and he throws another high-velocity pitch right down the middle for strike number 1. Brandon Whiting playing left field. You've seen him play all over the outfield. We've seen him pitch a few times as well, and including a game he pitched with the Pirates, as there's another high-velocity fastball that Whiting swings and misses at, and looks like Coach Bobby is seated right next to us here as we're wondering if he has anything to say. As Banda sets, and that is right down the middle for a backwards K. Strikeout number 4.
Okay, fun.
So what was Coach Bobby's comment right there? I couldn't quite hear.
It's going to be merry-go-round with the fielding changes through the next innings. We'll see what happens because trying to get as many players in different spots as he can. So it should be a lot of fun. Bobby's always a good time and good coach managing the Bucs so far this season. So we'll see what happens. But Banda has it going on early, and his fastball is really something.
Yeah, you're right. Banda, like Stacy's mom, has got it going on as he delivers a first pitch ball to Stephen Murray. He's playing second base today. We don't usually see him play seconds, but like I said, doing the merry-go-round today, trying to, as it's, the final regular game of the season, all the, the positions in the placements in the standings are all but locked up right now, so why not give some people a chance to play another position?
Yeah, get to play baseball on this beautiful field on this great day here from El Camino College, Saturday afternoon. Play baseball and then get to enjoy your Saturday night. So, play hard and play in positions you might not normally play in. Get reps in. That's what this summer Wood Bat League's all about.
As there is a strike to Murray, as he is now still ahead in the count, 2-1. And the left-hander sets, and that's going to go low and in the dirt for ball 3. A little bit about Stephen Murray. He was 0 for 3 officially, did reach base once, but that was by way of a fielder's choice. Banda goes through the signs with Fowler. And gets set. Here is the 3-1 pitch. And that's going to be low and away. And Stephen Murray does what he does best, and that is have a good, keen eyesight at the plate to draw a lot of walks, as he usually does.
Death, taxes, and Stephen Murray walking, as he has done so countless times throughout the season, leading the team in walks for the Bucs. And now we'll see if he wants to get going off of first and try to get the second and put himself into scoring position with 2 outs here in the second.
Michael Carger's now up. He swings and misses at the first pitch he sees, as, like I said, Michael Carger hopefully can find his way out of this mini slump he is in. He only had 2 at-bats in Game 1, but both were backwards Ks. So looking to end that string right there, as he'll take ball 1 to make the count 1-1. Yes, we know Michael Carger's got a good bat. We've seen him hit the ball pretty well, especially when he switched to the yellow gloves. So just got to find that same kind of success he had when he switched to yellow gloves.
Baseball is such a mental game. It's sometimes just all up in your head. He has the skills to be successful, just has to put the bat to the ball and, just try to look for his pitch to hit. And if it's in that zone that he likes, go after it and be aggressive up there.
As he swings and misses at the next pitch he sees, that will now make the count 1-2. Murray is at first base as he drew the 2-out walk. As there have been 3 base runners so far for the Bucs, but all of them have been by way of the walks, so neither team has a hit yet. And that one is just a little bit low, makes it ball 2, as there have been a total of 4 base runners for either team, 3 for the Bucs, 1 for the Legends. They all reached by way of the free pass, so no hits so far. Michael Carger looking to see if maybe he can get that first hit for either team. Right here, as the count is 2-2 with 2 outs, and the pitch is high and away, make that count full. And maybe he's trying to get aboard, continue this inning going, as we know very well that this Bucs team, they like coming up to bat when there are 3 outs. Correction, 2 outs. If there were 3 outs, they wouldn't even be allowed to bat because that's what ends the inning. Banda sets, and here's the payoff pitch, and that's swung on and missed for another strikeout, as that is now the 5th of the afternoon for Christian Banda.
Bucks don't get any runs. They leave a man on first, and they do not score in the inning. We head to the bottom of the second from El Camino College on this beautiful Saturday afternoon, July 22nd, and we head to the bottom of the second here on this YouTube broadcast. On this recording, you're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates. Bottom of the second we go right after this.
Welcome back, everybody, as we got some defensive merry-go-round going on as the players are now switching positions as Troy May goes from first to right, Carger and Colin Bell in center, Carger at right, and so on and so forth. And that puts Stephen Murray now at first base. So we'll have to keep making a mental note of that as we're doing, you know, it's the final game of the season of a game that doesn't have very big implications. So, you know, why not let people play different positions?
Go out there and have fun, and we'll see what can happen here against a talented Legends team and a good lineup. But they'll get an opportunity to play positions they don't usually get to play. So looking forward to this one so far. Very competitive game, and both teams obviously looking ahead to their respective playoff debuts tomorrow and Monday.
So playing center field now is Colin Bell. Playing second base is Ryder Gordon.
Zach Mora. Ryder Gordon's at short.
Ryder Gordon is still at short, so Zach Mora is at second base. So they keep Ryder Gordon. So they don't do a full merry-go-round as Ryder Gordon stays put at third base. 1-2 the count to Trevor Strong as Kerr looks to have another solid inning of work, but he quickly falls behind 2-2. On deck is the pitcher Christian Banda, trying to maybe help his cause. As Kerr sets, here's the 2-2 pitch, and he froze him like a Swanson's TV dinner with that breaking ball, and that is the first strikeout recorded from Kerr. And now pitcher-on-pitcher matchup as Banda steps up to the plate.
Kerr takes care of Strong right there on the called strike three. Good pitch, good location, and retires Strong. And we'll see what can happen here with the second hitter coming up in this inning. But J.P. Kerr doing a nice job so far in this game.
As Banda fouls this one away, he's got a very interesting setup as he's wearing two different batting gloves. He's got a red glove on his right hand and a white glove on his left hand. So, hey, you do you, I guess. I remember I once decided for my last ever high school football game, I decided to wear a pair of mismatched socks. As that one goes high in the air, that's going to go right behind the seats and will land. That ball is going to be history as that lands on top of the restrooms.
Yeah, foul ball right there. I was ready to catch it. I've barehanded some baseballs at a game before. Fun fact, David, I know you like to do fun facts. I have 28 Major League Baseballs in my collection. I've been fortunate enough to attend a lot of baseball games and catch a lot of foul balls as well as batting practice.
As there's another foul ball, so that'll keep the count at 0-2. Yeah, and I have 0. But I've been to a ton of baseball games as well, but I'm always up in the nosebleed sections, and even when I do get low, I bring my glove, but nothing ever seems to come my way. And so 0-2 is the count now after a couple of foul balls from Banda. Christian Hong is on deck, and he is unable to check his swing as Connor will apply the tag. And that is back-to-back Ks right there for Kerr. And he will now see if he can strike out the side in Christian Hong.
Yeah, good job by Kerr right now. Good put-away pitches. And that's 2 outs now, and, you know, we'll see what can happen here. And a good start for Kerr on the mound.
As correction, the count is now 2-2, as they ruled that he did not swing. As that looked like a swing to me, but it will now be 2-2, as I've already written the strikeout in my book. So I'll have to, as Adam was telling me earlier today, as that's going to now make the count full. As Adam was telling me earlier today, he's got a pen that can erase, and yeah, I could use that pen right now.
Yeah, it's very nice. I don't know, honestly, where I got it, but it does me wonders, and I bring it everywhere because rare that pens can erase. So I'm very, I love the pen.
Yeah. As the count is full, here's the payoff pitch. And that will draw a walk, so no strikeout like I initially thought there was. And good at-bat right there for Banda, as he was inches away from striking out, but he held up his swing and worked an 0-2 count to get himself a walk.
Yeah, it's impressive as a hitter to have the mental capacity and awareness to take after being down 0-2, not chasing any of the pitches, and earning himself a successful walk, and puts the first base runner of the second inning on for the Legends here, as both teams are still looking for that first run of the game.
So there is only 1 out, 1 on, and Christian Hong, the center fielder, is up to bat. And there goes Banda, and he's going to be safe by a mile, as he got a very good jump on that one. And he is now off to second base, as the count is now 0-2, 2-0 to Christian Hong, as that is now the 6th straight, correction, 1-1.
Thank you.
So there's 1 out, runner at second, 1-1 count to Hong. Lena is on deck, and that's going to be another cricket pitch, but great block right there from Bell to make sure it doesn't get by him to keep Banda at second base. And yeah, we see a lot of cricket pitches. I believe the pitcher in cricket is called the bowler.
Interesting. I did not know that. I personally, I love bowling, but I got to play with bumpers.
Yeah. As here's the 2-1. That's a swing and a miss. That will now make the count 2-2, as Kerr will look to get his second strikeout of the afternoon, second of this inning, as he thought for sure he had it in Christian Banda. Takes a look back at second. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and that's a swing and a miss. And maybe alluding to that he was going to possibly go to third was Banda, so Bell made sure he stayed there. And now that'll bring up Rain Lina, who wears number 3 and is playing second base. So a bit of redemption right there, as we can confirm that that was a strikeout.
Yeah, good job by Kerr. Back-to-back strikeouts for his 2 outs, respectively, here in this inning, and he'll look to get out of this unscathed. And as they get the base runner in the bases,
as he's going to tag out Banda, and that will end the inning as he gets caught right there. So that ends the inning, as Ryan Lena will lead things off when we get to the 3rd inning. But we will have Troy May, Zach Mora, and Brody Romero up next, as you are watching this recording of the Ventura County Buccaneers of the Pro-Am League here on the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates. Welcome back, everybody. We are now at the top of the third inning. Troy May will lead things off, and he fouls one over to the Buccaneer dugout for strike one. We got a new pitcher on the mound. That is Sean Lovett, as it looks like they're going to probably rotate every 2 innings to get some pitchers some work. Lovett is a right-handed pitcher, and that is going to be in there for a leadoff single from Troy May. As Banda leaves with 2 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, no hits, no runs, and no earned runs. And I'd say that's a pretty successful outing.
Yeah, Banda looked really good. I think he's going to be used in a lot of high-leverage spots in the coming week for the playoffs. It's really nice to see Troy May get a base hit. You know, just because he's batting 10th doesn't mean he's not a good hitter. Obviously, he's batting 10th. Usually never bats 10th, so a rare occurrence here, and he's making the most of it. So that's a really good swing. Line drive into left field. You like to see that, and hopefully it will get him going for the rest of this game and possibly into the playoffs.
As that is the first hit by either team this afternoon, for Game 2, that is. As now Zach Mora is quickly behind 0-2 as he walked his first at-bat when he faced Christian Banda. But now Sean Lovett is the pitcher, and here's the 0-2 pitch. But that's going to be a line drive into shallow left field and another base hit. And it looked like it was an instant replay of Troy May's hit.
Really good piece of hitting there from Mora. 0-2 pitch, didn't pull his head off the ball. He kept his bat in the zone, and he went with the pitch, lined it into left field, and back-to-back base knocks. And as we know, the Bucs love to create damage with the relievers for opposing teams. Sometimes they don't hit the starters, but they get to the relievers.
As now Brody Romero is at the plate, and he takes a low pitch for ball 1. So 1-0 the count. May is at second. Mora is at first. And that's going to be fouled back to even up the count at 1-1. So 1-1 is your count. Brody Romero, first time batting in the lower 48, as we haven't seen him in quite some time. He did not play in Game 1. Here's the 1-1, and that gets away off the glove of Fowler, and advancing 90 feet is May and Mora. They go to third and second, respectively.
Yeah, good job right there for the Bucs to get themselves into scoring position off the glove of the catcher, and they'll try to take advantage and grab the early lead, with Romero getting an RBI, multiple RBI opportunity with 2 men in scoring position and still no outs.
As that will now even up the count at 2-2. So the umpire is requesting for more baseballs, as we will reset right here. So runners in scoring position, nobody out, and that will be fouled. That will be low and away. Ball number 2. As we did see. As we've seen pitchers get themselves out of jams, huge payoff pitch coming up right here. And that will be grounded. They were playing shallow, and now they got May in a rundown, but he's going to be out, as off to third goes Mora. And they get the 1 out? Or are they going to get 2 outs right there? We know for a fact May is out. Okay, so Mora is out. May will be safe.
Brody, get on! May, get on the bench!
And we're not sure, as Ron is trying to let the umpires know that it should be May that is safe and Mora should be out. There are going to be runners at the corners with 1 out nevertheless, but they rule that May will be out and Mora will be at third now. Okay, now the umpires have clarified it. So May is safe, Mora is out, as yeah, it's good that we have a rules expert like Ron to help us figure those kind of things out.
Yeah, the lead runner in those scenarios has to be safe, so Mora is out. because he is on the same bag as the lead runner right there. That's an automatic out. Yeah. And Romero should have gone to second, though, on that fielder's choice, but he stayed put at first. Nonetheless, he's at first, but a big first out in the inning for the Legends.
As now that'll bring up Ryder Gordon, who struck out his first at-bat against Christian Banda. Now facing Sean Lovett. He takes strike one, and here's the 0-1. And that will be low and inside for ball one. So ones are across the board now. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Yeah, Romero, as nobody was covering second, should have gone to second on that play to possibly take away the opportunity for a double play ball. And almost doing the splits right there was Fowler, as he's able to get that pitch because don't want to let anything get by you. So Mora is out. May remains at third base, as that was a good play by third baseman Ryan Geck to make sure Mora doesn't come home, and that one's going to bounce just foul and will now make the count 2-2. But again, plays like that, that's why you play in, to not give up any runs.
Yeah, plays like that, a good baseball type play that you don't see too often, so you learn from those scenarios, and as a base runner as well.
As that breaking ball misses low, and that will now make the count full with 1 out. And the payoff pitch is grounded to third. Once again, Geck will go to second, and it was able to bounced in time, as that was a good play by Ryan Linna to get the out. So now Romero is out, and Gordon will now take over at first base on the fielder's choice. And Connor Bell represents the final out, as Lovett is 1 out away from getting out of this jam.
That was a really good pick from the second baseman in Lena right there. That had written all over it. The going to the outfield, bounced in there by Geck, the third baseman, did a nice job to pick it, because if he bobbled it or it got in the outfield, the runner would have been safe, and that would have at least scored a run, and it would have been a whole kind of mess. And now, as you talked about, Lovett is somehow, some way, could get out of this jam with no runs being scored despite having second and third, nobody out. So it's going to be up to Connor Bell right here, the catcher.
Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a base hit. That will bring home May, and Connor Bell has himself, welcome back to the Bucks, has himself a base hit, RBI single. The Bucks take a 1-0 lead.
Great piece of hitting there from Connor Bell. He comes through with 2 outs. We've seen this story before. The Bucks love hitting with 2 outs. And finally, Troy May gets to come home and score the first run of Game 2 of this doubleheader. Great piece of hitting. Moving over to second is Gordon, but that will end the inning. Panarisi will line out to second base, but not before your Bucks grab the first lead of today's Game 2 of the doubleheader. They take a 1-0 advantage on the RBI base hit from Connor Bell. We head to the bottom of the third. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates, and your Ventura County Bucks of the Pro-Am League will hit the field on defense as we head to the bottom of the third of this recording. We'll be back after this.
Welcome
Ryan is
back,
gonna be at
everybody,
first.
as we are in the bottom of the third inning, as Rain Lena will lead things off, and we got more defensive changes. Everybody is moving over except Ryder Gordon. Ryder is staying at shortstop, but we're seeing some interesting defensive alignments, as now Stephen Murray is getting to play right field. We're seeing Troy May in center, and we finally see Michael Karger getting to play third base.
Yeah, I love to see everyone get into play positions they don't normally get to do as we begin this bottom of the third inning with the Bucks in front 1-0. So I'm excited to see what happens here.
As there is a drive deep to left field, but it goes foul. And that'll make the count 1-1. Yes, so Michael Karger, first time we've seen him in the infield, and Stephen Murray, first time we've seen him in the outfield. Yeah, that's some very interesting lineups. Here's the 1-1, and that is chopped softly to Michael Karger, and he's going to make the throw to third. Oh, and he almost had it. That was a great effort. Just a very slowly hit ball from Lena, but a good throw from Karger.
Yeah, and the parents are getting into it, and this is going to be fun to see how these players get to perform at positions they rarely ever get to play, maybe since even Little League or something. So it's going to be fun to see. But that's an infield hit. Karger played it well. Just he was able to leg it out for a base knock.
As now they'll try the pickoff attempt. Playing first base. Looks like it is Zach Moore. Yeah, Zach Mora will be playing first base, as it looks like they're sharing the first baseman's glove. And here's the pitch to Abudea. This is popped high up in the air and very close to me, but I couldn't quite make the play. I know I have my glove in the car, but it's going to be right there under the seats, and the count will be 1 and. That count will now be 1-2, as I had my hand up ready to barehand it, as the count is 0-1. There's another pickoff attempt, but sliding back in safe is Lina, and that will, I believe, I will get the ball when the inning is over, if nobody else does. Here's the 0-1, and that's going to plunk Abudea off the back. And that will move Lina over to second, and now Brett is off to first. And we finally reach the bottom of the order in Vito Fowler. Oh, he's got it. So Abudaya takes first base. Vito Fowler, the catcher, now steps up to the plate. And here's a good opportunity for Stephen Murray. He's underneath it, and he's got it. As that was a good outfield play for Stephen Murray right there.
Yeah, beautiful throw to Michael over at third. Keeps the base runners at bay right there. And good to see Stephen Murray get some action in right field as the Legends go back to the top of the order. But on that foul ball that almost hit us, Dave, I was talking about I was going to maybe try to barehand it, but then as it was coming down towards me, I'm like, I don't want to test the waters here, and I got out of the way as fast as possible. But luckily it didn't hit either of us.
Yeah, I kept my hand up the whole time, just ready to catch it with my bare hand, but it came nowhere near me. There's a high pitch to Rolston, as that will make the count 1-0. As if a ground ball is hit to short, it'll be hit to Ryder Gordon, who has been playing short this whole game. But we got Brandon Whiting in second base. And the pitch. And that's a good breaking ball right there. That curves back in to the strike zone. Even up the count 1-1. We got ones across the board as 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And Care sets. The Care Bear sets. And that is high and away for ball number 2. 2-1 is your count. Lina at second. Brett at first. And taking a look back was Care, as retreating back to second is Lina. Rolston flew out to right field in the first inning, but we know he has power with a wood bat, and that gets through Bell, and the runners will advance 90 feet as the count is now 3-1. So off to third goes Lina. Abudea is off to second. 3-1 the count now to Rolston. As JP Kerr looks to get right back in this, trying to get the second out. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And that's a liner over Ryder Gordon. And that's going to score a run as coming home is Lina. And I'm going to rule that a hit because that was a little too hard. It was hit pretty hard. What would you say?
Error.
So we're going to call that an E6 officially. So off to third goes Abudea as Gordon was unable to play that ground ball. And it is a brand new ball game as it is now tied at 1. But no RBI will be awarded to Rolston as they're going to say he reached on an E6. So runners are now at the corners. There goes Rolston. And that's going to be no throw. And that'll put runners back into both runners into scoring position. So 1-1 is your score as Justin Santoyo is at bat. And there's another high pitch to make that 2-0. So 2-0 is your count. Runners are in scoring position. Again, we have some interesting defensive lineups. Here's the 2-0, and that's going to be high and away, ball number 3, as it looks as if Kerr is struggling to find his command as he's throwing pitches well high that wouldn't even be called strike even if Michael Jordan was up to bat for as tall as he is. Here is the 3-0 pitch, and that's going to be fouled away as he had the green light to go, but now that works as a strike, and the count is now 3-1.
3 balls, 1 strike, and, you know, just tough play there over at short. I mean, that ball was absolutely smoked, so most shortstop probably wouldn't have even made that play. But the Legends, we know they can hit the ball hard, and they're trying to take advantage and grab their first lead of Game 2 of this doubleheader, and it's been a very competitive game so far, even though, you know, not really too much meaning between these teams here in Game 2.
Yeah, not much meaning indeed, as that's why we're playing defensive merry-go-round here. And the payoff pitch. That's going to be hit into right center field. And there to make the play on it is center fielder Troy May, but the throw will not be in time as tagging up is Abudea. Off to third goes Rolston. That is out number 2, but the Legends take a 2-1 lead, but good catch right there from Troy May as he's not usually a center fielder.
Yeah, good running catch and a good throw into home that was cut off by, I believe, Kerr at the mound, and both runners were able to tag, and it does give the Legends their first lead of the afternoon here in Game 2. Good situational hitting from Santoyo, who's had a really nice day at the plate in Game 1 and now in Game 2 as well, as it brings up another very good hitter in Ryan Geck.
Ryan Geck walked his first at-bat in the first inning, and now he's got a runner 90 feet away to see if he can add to this Legends leads. Here's the 0-1, and that's a nice off-speeder to find the strike zone, as now it is quickly 0-2, as Kerr looking to get out of this inning, keeping it a 1-run deficit. And the 0-2 pitch. And he froze him like a man on a January day in North Dakota. And that will be a backwards K to end the inning, but not before the Legends take a 2-1 lead. Nevertheless, we did see some interesting defensive plays as we saw Michael Carger make a solid throw to first. We saw Stephen Murray and Troy May, usual infielders, catch pop flies. When we come back, we will have Colin Bell, Brandon Whiting, and Stephen Murray up to bat for the top of the 4th inning. You are watching the Ventura County Pro-Am Bucks of the Pro-Am League in this recording on the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates. Welcome back, everybody. We are in the top of the fourth inning where Colin Bell will lead things off against Sean Lovett, and he fouls off that first pitch. And while we have you here, why don't we remind you to follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can follow us at V County Pirates. You can see what this Pro-Am Bucks team is up to, as well as the Pirates and the GCCL Bucks on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at V County Pirates. And don't forget to follow us on TikTok at V County Pirates Baseball. That's V County Pirates Baseball on TikTok. Sean Lovett quickly ahead of Bell as he is ahead in the count 0-2. And the pitch, a little bit high, tried to get Colin to climb the ladder, but Colin said, I'm going to not climb that ladder. And the count is now 1-2. And now that'll even up the count at 2-2. So 2-2 the count to Bell. And here's the pitch from Lovett. And that's right down the middle for a backwards K. And that is the first strikeout recorded by Lovett.
Yeah, a lot of strikeouts for the Legends pitching staff so far here in this game. The sixth strikeout of the ball game in this competitive game, and just both teams just having fun. Two top teams here in the Pro-Am League in Game 2 of this doubleheader, and they're just going to go out there, play some competitive baseball, and have a good time as both teams pretty much locked in to their respective seeds.
As Brandon Whiting is now up to bat, he is in the count 1-1. As there are ones across the board now. And that's a grounder right past a diving Geck. And there is a single from Whiting. And now Stephen Murray steps up to bat.
Good piece of hitting right there for Brandon Whiting as he lines that through the 5-6 hole and into left field. Good way to start this top of the fourth inning, trailing by just a run, as it makes it a man on first, one out, and now you got Stephen Murray at the plate. Let's see if the Bucks can get right back in this game, possibly tie the score, if not even take the lead.
As Stephen Murray fouls that one off, the right fielder, maybe he's looking for a change of pace, gonna play some outfield in the future, as we saw that he can catch pop flies on the run like he did in that bottom of the third. He takes strike 2 and quickly falls behind 0-2 as Lovett looking to get his second strikeout since taking over for Christian Banda. And that one looked like it slipped out of his hands. You know, you ever throw the ball, it just slips out of your hands. Looks like that's what happened there to Lovett.
Yeah, it kind of looked like he was playing catch with us here out of play, and they got way out of the zone and able to get the second easily as Whiting happens. You know, and he'll obviously look to try to still get Murray out here and look to the next pitch.
Here's the 1-2, and that is grounded sharply to second, where it's picked up by Lina, and out is Murray, but off to third goes Whiting. There are two away for Michael Carger, who's looking to get his groove back.
Michael Carger, good opportunity right here with the man on third. 2 outs, and we'll see if he can get his bat going against Mr. Lovett right now, and with a base hit would tie the score at 2 apiece. So let's see if he can come through.
As that off-speeder floats away and outside for ball number 1. And the 1-0 is swung on and missed as Lovett working pretty fast. It's almost like he's working like he's got a pitch clock on him.
Yeah, he's going really fast through the signs and into his motion right now, and, you know, pitchers have different styles.
As that one will be fouled away, and once again there are 2 strikes on Carger, as really trying to find his groove right there. I can definitely see it with his facial expressions after he fouled that one off. And the 1-2 pitch is low and away, ball 2, and deuces are wild now, with 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. 2-2 the count. Lovett's ready. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And now that will make the count full, as we got a 2-out payoff pitch coming up. Whiting is 90 feet away. Carger would love to see if he can get himself an RBI, and the payoff pitch is right down the middle for a backwards K.
That will end the inning for the Bucks as they leave Mr. Whiting on third. They don't score, they get a hit. They leave a man at third in Brandon Whiting. We head to the bottom of the fourth here. Last game of the regular season of the Pro-Am League. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Legends in front by a score of 2-1. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates, and we'll be right back after this short break.
We've reached the bottom of the fourth inning. Will Schwab will lead things off. Back on the mound is J.P. Kerr. And once again, players rotate. The only player that stays the same is Ryder Gordon. And Connor Bell stays at catcher as well as Kerr at pitcher. Everybody else moves on over. If you're in the infield, you'll move to your left. If you're in the right field, you move to your right. And there's a foul ball. And underneath that is new first baseman Brandon Whiting. And the parents like Brandon Whiting making a first base play.
Yeah, the ball will find you, and Brandon Whiting does a nice job to track that down on the foul territory line on the first base side to commit the first out of the inning against a good hitter in Will Schwab. And, you know, it's just fun to get to see all these players every inning changing it up at their new positions. And, you know, you won't get to see that the rest of the year. So good opportunity right here, except for Ryder Gordon, who plays, stays at shortstop where he's been so good this year.
As the first pitch to Trevor Strong is outside for ball one. Kerr sets, goes through the signs with Bell, and the 1-0 pitch is right down Easy Street for a strike. That'll put ones across the board now. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Trevor Strong wearing his pants the way I like them, rolled up at the knees, showing his bright red socks. And that off-speeder gets a little bit low and outside for ball number 2. Make the count 2-1. As Colin Bell now is at third base. And there is low and away for ball 3 as I believe this is the first time we've seen Colin Bell actually play infield that wasn't pitcher or catcher.
Yeah, I believe you're right. So we'll see if a ball does get hit to him at third base and what kind of arm he has to go across the diamond. We know he's a good arm in the outfield, so we'll see what he does in the infield.
Here's the 3-1 pitch from Kerr. And that finds the strike zone. Will make the count full as JP looking to have a quick inning as he, aside from the third inning, has pitched pretty well. He has 3 strikeouts, looking to maybe get strikeout number 4 right here. And the payoff pitch freezes him like a statue as nothing Trevor could do about that but admire that pitch. That is the second backwards K he has, and now up to the plate is the DH, is the now DH Kristen Banda.
Yeah, good job by Kerr pinpointing that pitch on the outside part of the plate, and it freezes Strong right there, and all he can do is watch it as he will head to the bench, and he's struck out for the second time here today. Kerr other than that third inning, he's done a nice job on the mound, and he's looking to keep a clean sheet here in the fourth and keep the deficit just at 1.
As the first pitch to Banda is well high for ball number 1. And now the pitch bounces in. Good block right there from Colin, as hopefully we're at 25%. That should last us. Our hot spot should last us. Lucky for us, Adam has a good way of charging it, because the brick that it came with doesn't seem to like to charge our hot spot. Here's the O2, so good thing you have a way to charge it.
Yeah, it works into my computer, so it takes turns with my computer and the hotspot charging, and with the doubleheader obviously using a little more juice than it normally would, but hopefully it can last us the remainder of this game 2 of the doubleheader, so hopefully we won't have any extra innings past the 7th inning here today.
Here's the 2-1, and that will now be high and away for ball 3, and 3-1 is the count now, but JP fell behind strong 3-1 as the last batter, and then came back to strike him out. So he looks to have the same fate right here as the right-hander sets. Here's the 3-1 pitch, but that's going to be high and away for ball 4. And back-to-back walk. Well, Bandit now reaches base for the second time by way of the free pass, and now Christian Hong steps up to the plate. We got Kristen and Christian, as they both, as Banda spells his first name without the CH, but Hong spells it with the CH. As JP Kerr is working pretty fast as well, like he's got a pitch clock on him. As Hong bats left-handed. And there goes Banda. And here's the throw to Gordon, and he is out from here to Santa Monica. What a throw by Bell to get Banda out.
Great throw from Bell, but an even better pick from Gordon to pick it up on the short hop and tag the runner. Otherwise, he would have been safe at second, and just like that, it will end the potential threat for the Legends in the bottom of the 4th. As they get no hits, they leave no one on base because of the caught stealing. They don't score. We head to the top of the 5th from El Camino College here on this Saturday afternoon. The regular season finale, as we are winding things down here in Game 2. We head to the top of the 5th. It's 2-1 Legends, and your Ventura County Bucks of the Pro-Am League will be coming to bat right after this. All right. Welcome back as the new outfielder Troy May steps up to the plate. Goes after the first pitch he sees. That's going deep to right field. But what I'm only going to speculate is Trevor Strong has a play on that, as actually Trevor Strong is now in, I'm speculating that's Trevor Strong, makes the catch. So good hit right there from May, but just not deep enough. Yeah, good piece of hitting from May going the other way. Just got a little bit under that baseball. He had a lot of power right there, but unfortunately not able to come up with the hit. And that is the first out here in this top of the 5th as the Bucks get back to the top of the order. And I believe Liam Taylor is now at shortstop for the Legends.
As there's a line drive deep into left field, and Rolston has that one. So back-to-back hard-hit balls, but just right to where the outfielders are. And now that'll bring up Brody Romero. Yes, Liam Taylor is now playing shortstop, and we do have a new catcher behind the plate. He's wearing number, what I believe, 18, and we don't have an 18 on the lineup.
Same catcher, just switched jerseys.
Okay, oh, so it still is Vito Fowler. He's just wearing another jersey, as must have tore.
Yeah, it might be someone else.
Must have torn. So we have a mystery catcher behind the plate now. It might still be Vito Fowler, as there's a drive deep into center field, and Hong is underneath it, white sleeve and all, and that is a quick 1-2-3 inning. So it's like we didn't have any time to get our bearings straight right there, as 1-2-3 inning that Lovett has. Go the Bucks, and we head to the bottom of the fifth inning with the Legends leading by a score of 2-1. A much lower scoring game than game one, but we head to the bottom of the fifth inning as the Legends look to have only 2 more at-bats as we are playing 7 innings. You are watching the Ventura County Buccaneers of the Pro-Am League here on this recording on the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates. Welcome back, everybody, to El Camino College. We are in the bottom of the fifth inning. Leading things off is Christian Hong, as he was at bat when Banda got caught stealing. So he will lead things off here. And he'll be facing Stephen Murray, who throws a first pitch strike to him, as just got some very interesting lineups going on, as Murray will stay. As Murray will stay in the game, will be playing now as the DH position will be out. And he's quickly ahead of Hong, 0-2. So we've seen Murray make some plays in the outfield, as Carger is now at first base. And that's going to be a low pitch for ball 1. Looks like we got Bell at second. And looks like Whiting is at short. May is at third. And got Ryder in right, and that one will be fouled away, so the count will remain 1-2. So Gordon is at right, and then trying to use my best judgment, as I know Mora will be one of the outfielders, and Mora will be in center, and Romero at left. So Romero, Mora, and Gordon playing left, center, and right respectively. Stephen Murray pitching, and here's the 2-2 pitch. And that off-speeder is just a little bit outside, as Christian Hong, who fell behind 0-2, now works the count full, as definitely doing some good down but not out batting. And the payoff pitch from Stephen Murray is high and away for ball 4. And now that'll bring up Rain Lina.
Yeah, good at bat right there for number 17 in Hong. Obviously not a normal situation. You're really not trying to, per se, win the game with your top-notch players in their normal positions. Murray getting an opportunity here to pitch, which is obviously exciting in itself, and we'll see how he does. But as we've talked about, this game for both teams really doesn't mean all too much, as they're just out there playing some baseball and looking to have fun, and it's been a competitive game though so far.
Yeah, kind of like a sandlot game where you got all the players playing different positions. As the first pitch to Lina is high for ball 1. As 1-0 is the count. At first base is Hong. And the pitch is also high and away for ball number 2. 2-0 is your count. As Ron telling Steven a reference that we were not here for, so we don't know what he's referencing. And there's a drive into left field, but fouled away.
Dodger position player that got like the most innings last year.
So,
Who was his name?
and 2-1 is your count. Runner at first base.
Yeah.
Murray sets in. Here's the pitch. And that's going to bounce away from Bell. Off to second base goes Hong. And the count is now 3-1. On deck is Brett Abudea. So we know he stays into the game. So runners now at second. And the 3-1 pitch is low and away, ball 4. So back-to-back walks. And that will put runners at first and second for Brett Abudea.
So back walks for Murray, and a good opportunity for the Legends to try to extend this lead, as their biggest lead of the game so far today has just been 1 run. Sets up a double play, possibly even a triple play if May wants to step on the bag and throw it around the infield. So we'll see what happens here. Bottom of the order for the Legends right now, 2 outs, or with 2 on, nobody out.
And the first pitch to Brett is low and away for ball number 1. And here is Murray with the 1-0 pitch. And that bounces in. Good block right there from Connor Bell, that is. No relation to Colin, as we learned that midway through this season, as I just assumed they were brothers, but they are not. But they both have the same last name. And here is the 2-0 pitch as Stephen Murray trying to get his first out, and that's going to be just fouled away to make the count 2-1. So 2-1 is your count. As Murray taking a long look into the glove of Connor Bell. And that'll be right in there for strike number 2. So Murray trying to maybe get his first strikeout. And Murray takes a few looks back. Here's the 2-2. And that is grounded to May, who can't make the play. And that's going to be an E5, and that will load him up, as that was very close to maybe being a possible triple play ball.
Yeah, just obviously not his position. Almost was able to field that cleanly. Maybe probably would have gone to second on the throw, but it gets past him and gets into left field. Nonetheless, it loads the bases for the Legends, as they will look to try to take advantage with the top of the order due up after Fowler here. Or mystery player. I don't think it actually is Fowler. Their coach told me that he was wearing a jersey, but he didn't tell me his name, so it's a mystery player.
Yeah, as we don't have a number 18 on the Legends roster online. And the first pitch to him is in there for strike 1. Maybe try to see if you can strike out this guy and get a double play in the next at-bat. Here's the 0-1. That's high and away for ball number 1, as number 18 is looking to possibly get a strikeout without having to swing the bat. Yeah, as soon as this inning is over, I will go over and ask who this mystery number 18 is. And he did not check his swing right there. He went around, and that is a strike. And 1-2 is the count now as Murray really trying to get that first out here as the bases are loaded. Bases are loaded. Hong at third, Lina at second, Abudea at first. Number 18 at bat. Here is the pitch, and that is fouled away. Almost, if it was grounded to Murray, that could have been a play at the plate, but it bounced off the plate.
Yeah, if it didn't hit the batter right there, it would have been probably a 1-2-3 double play.
And the pitch is grounded foul as the count remains 1-2. So back-to-back foul balls to number 18, whose name we don't have right at the moment, as Vito Fowler started out at catcher wearing number 34. This player is wearing number 18.
Same player, it's just I don't know if his name's actually Vito Fowler.
And here's the 1-2. And that's just a little bit inside, if I do say so myself, as that goes behind number 18. And Murray sets. Here is the 2-2. And that's high and away, gets away from Connor, and almost a play at the plate, but the wild pitch will score Hong, and that will make the count full as Lina and Abudea advance to third and second respectively, as that was just off the tip of Connor Bell's glove.
Legends taking advantage of not having to swing the bats and obviously going against players that usually wouldn't play in their normal positions. And we'll see what happens here with a payoff pitch coming to mystery player.
And the pitch is inside for ball number 4, as I thought maybe he found the inside corner of the strike zone, but it's Justin Ralston up to bat now, and we know he's got power, looking to maybe get the Grammy right there.
Yeah, not the player you want to face with the bases loaded right now. No outs, 3-1 Legends in front. This game could break open a little bit if Rolston's able to get a big-time hit. We'll see what happens. Murray versus Rolston, a very tall person at the plate and not a so tall person on the mound.
First pitch is high for ball number 1. And the pitch is low and away for ball 2. 2-0 is the count. As we got number 18 at who. Yeah, who is that player? He's who's on first. As this is one literal time we can say who's on first. As the count is 3-0, as Rolston looking to get an RBI without swinging the bat. And the pitch, he had the green light but fouls it away and makes the count 3-1. We also got Abudea at what and Lina at I don't know. So 3-1 is the count now. And Murray sets. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be trouble, as that is going to get into the shallow left field, but it only brings home 1 run, as out there in left field is Brody Romero, able to do a good job cutting that off.
Good piece of hitting from Rolston right there. RBI single and moves everyone out 90 more feet as Lina comes in and scores. Going to third is Abudea, and going to second now is Mystery Man. And Rolston continues to have a good day at the plate in both games here today. He's a really good hitter, and I think he has a good future in baseball ahead of him. And the Legends looking for more runs here.
As this is going to be go to Whiting, and almost a 6-4-3, as that will score 2 more runs, but that does get 1 out, as that was a good play right there from Whiting, and Mystery Player comes home to score. So they now this game is pretty much wide open for the Legends.
Yeah, the ball gets away right there, and 2 runs come in to score on an E4 on the throw, and that will drive in 2 more runs, and the Legends take a 6-1 lead as the game's gotten a little bit out of hand here, but they're just trying new things, having a good time. We'll see if they make a change on the mound, or they will keep who they have right now. It's now 6-1 in favor of the Legends, as coming to score is Abu Daya, and Mystery Man also is able to come in and score because of the arid throw. And out at second is Rolston for the first out of the inning, and Santoya will go to second on the error. And while we have this short break, I do want to let the viewers know that David's team, Texas Rangers, lost 16-3 to the Dodgers here today. Mariners come back and beat the Blue Jays 9-8 in Seattle, and there's some other scores as well.
Yeah, good thing I wasn't at that game, because I just know there were going to be a ton of Dodgers fans in Arlington today. As one thing I've officially made happen is there's a sharp hit deep into center field. Coming home to score will be Santoyo, and going for 3 is Geck, and he's in there with an RBI triple.
Yeah, very early slide there from Geck. I didn't know if he was going to get there on the initial slide, but good piece of hitting from him. He's had a really nice day at the plate. Makes it 7-1 in favor of the Legends right here, as they're getting it going here in this inning off of Stephen Murray, trying to break this game open. And Geck has had a nice day at the plate, and the Legends have really done a nice job of scoring a lot of runs here today in both games of the doubleheader.
As Will Schaub will now step up to the plate. But yeah, as I was alluding to earlier, I always avoid going to games that I know there's going to be a ton of away team fans, regardless of what sport it is, because it's no fun when, away team fans take over the stadium. And yeah, unless you are the away team fan. But I remember back when the Rangers were always beating the Astros, I went to a game in Houston, and I could swear to you that it was a Ranger home game, because this was back when the Astros were terrible. And then when I saw the Angels play the Astros not too long ago, about a week ago, yeah, even though there weren't, I wouldn't say that many Astros fans, they were very loud and proud. And, even though I'm not an Angels fan, I was getting pretty triggered right there with hearing "Let's Go Astros" and hearing them cheer every time the Astros did something good.
Growing up in San Diego, I am used to away fans, to say the least. Padre games, when they played the Dodgers off the 405 freeway, the Cubs, the Giants, you name it, the fans would come to Petco Park. Also, being a Charger fan when they were in San Diego, I remember going to a Monday night game with the Steelers, so that's grounded to third base, should be the second out of the inning. But the Steelers would take over that stadium with their yellow towels, waving it everywhere. But I am very used to it as a San Diego fan, and I know David thinks he's had it hard, but there is no harder thing to do than be a San Diego sports fan, in my opinion.
Very much so. It's like you had your football team literally robbed from you because of one man's greed. But the Chargers, they still play pretty much a ton of road games, as whenever the Raiders come to SoFi, it's pretty much a Raiders home game, as they are still the most popular team here in LA. As I'll never forget the first game, during the first year the Chargers were playing at the soccer stadium. They were playing the Eagles, and it was literally a sea of green right there.
Yeah, and you want to talk about hardship and overcoming adversity? Try being a Chargers fan. Last year playoff just magnified everything. Jags 27-point lead. See you later to Trevor Lawrence, of all people, who I think is an overrated quarterback. Really tough. Also, Ray Rice on 4th and 30 against the Ravens. I remember that. Just so many losses in heartbreaking fashion. It's tough to still be a fan.
I know. It still baffles me to this day that you would fire Marty Schottenheimer after leading you guys to a 14-2 season, and just because he and Spanos didn't see eye to eye, he was out. And I feel like that was the best chance for the Chargers to actually put together a Super Bowl team, as that pitch will be a little bit outside. And now we have batted around, as I believe this is where Liam Taylor now comes into the game.
Yeah, I think Liam Taylor comes into this spot. 2 on, 2 out, 7-1 Legends in front here, bottom of the 5th. As, the game's gotten a little out of hand, but we're having fun, so we're just, grieving of David and I about how bad our teams are, honestly, at this point, as it is now 7-1 Legends. But we're just having fun here on this Game 2 of the doubleheader, and we'll be excited for the playoffs to start on Monday and throughout the rest of the week. And hopefully we'll have those games live, at least on Monday we will, hopefully Wednesday as well. But we'll give you updates as they come.
Yeah, I know. What separates being a Dallas fan and a Cleveland fan is because so many people are moving to Dallas, you'll have a ton of road team fans there. Nobody's moving to Cleveland, so you can almost guarantee that you go to a game in Cleveland and it'll be a guaranteed home game, unless, of course, it's the World Series and you're playing the Cubs. That also had me very frustrating, how that was practically a Cubs home game, despite the fact it was in Cleveland.
Yeah, we know the sprinklers help the Biscuits. As that's in the center, another run will score. But the sprinklers helped the Biscuits at the time this year. Well, how about that rain delay in Game 7 of the World Series? I thought that played a major role in helping the Cubs win in that Game 7.
Yeah, it did. I guarantee if the rain delay didn't happen, somebody, I bet Lindor or somebody would have walked it off right there. But they lost their momentum when it decided to rain for no apparent, when it really didn't even rain that hard, but they had to call the delay. And that's what you got to love about having a retractable roof, because there will be no more rain delays. As we now go back to the top of the order, and Christian Hong is up to bat. And now the count is 2-1 to him. As we've batted around, we've seen that quite a bit. And now the count will be 3-1 to Hong. As Murray really trying to get out of this inning here. 3-1 is the count, and that'll be fouled away. And so we will have a 2-out payoff pitch coming up. Rain Linna is on deck, looking to see if he can get his second at-bat of this inning. So 2-2 is the count, and the pitch is lined into center field, and that's going to get over the head of Zach Mora, who doesn't usually play center field. That'll score 1 run. Here comes Taylor, and that scores 2 more runs as Hong has an RBI triple.
2-run RBI triple. Hong smoked that baseball as it brings in 2 more Legends runs. I believe it makes the score 10-1. Not 11-1, but the Legends have broken things open here in this bottom of the 5th, and maybe the Bucks should decide to just let this run score and call the game at 10-run mercy rule, but they'll probably try to get them out. The Legends, though, have broken things wide open here in this bottom of the 5th. Hong, nice piece of hitting going into left center for a 2-run RBI triple with 2 outs.
And now Rain Linna is up to bat, as I have room for 5 more hitters. And that gets off the glove of Troy May, and that's going to be another run scored. So coming home is Hong, and that's going to be
10 runs.
That's going to be a 10. Now it's going to be 11-1. And we are going to rule out a single for Linna or an E5.
Single.
Single, we'll rule out a single. And now the umpires are going to discuss if they want to maybe mercy rule this or not. As, yeah, Stephen Murray, not you accustomed to being a pitcher, and the Legends have taken full advantage.
And I believe they're asking the coaches if they want to continue this game here with the 10-run rule, maybe get a few more reps in, or are they going to call it right here with this 10-run advantage? I think it's 11-1 currently in favor of the Legends, but we'll see if the game continues. They'll ask both coaches as well if what they want to do here.
9 runs this inning.
9 runs this inning. It's been a big-time inning.
It's 11-1. So it's already the 10-run lead here in the 5th inning of what initially was only supposed to be a 7-inning game. And they're asking Bobby if he wants to keep going, or are they going to have a, are they just going to call it right there? Yeah, it's been an interesting day, to say the least, so far.
Let's just say the Legends have scored a lot, and the Bucks haven't scored a lot. That's been the summary of today, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that the Legends have first place locked up if they're going by run differential. And the umpires head right back. Wait for the official word. Still going, says the home plate umpire, and I bet you he's disappointed in the decision because he looked. Yeah. Yeah, as coming, so we're still going. Good, you could tell the disappointment on his face.
So we'll still go here. 11-1 the score. We'll see if the Legends can keep this inning going or get their final out. But at this point, just basically playing pickup baseball, just having fun out there, and we'll see if Murray can finish out with it.
As we get a new batter. Who got a pinch hitter coming in. He takes over for Mystery. No, wait, this is Liam Taylor, right. Liam Taylor up to bat. Wait. At this point, who knows? Yeah. As Taylor comes up to bat here in the 5th inning. And he takes a strike, so the count will now be 1-1. Murray's really trying to get out of this inning, squandering 9 runs, and it's kind of like what happens when you get, as there's going to be a grounder fouled away, so now he has 1 strike away, but you know, it's kind of like what happens when you get an NAIA team to play a D1 team, as we saw with Stephen F. Austin this year.
Yeah, a lot the errors though by the Bucks have helped at least the ERA for a little bit for Murray. 9 runs, only 4 of them have been earned, but nonetheless, the Legends have had a big-time inning.
As here's a pop-up, who's got it? And finally, we end the inning as there is Zach Mora to make the play, and we will head to the 6th inning as we play on. As due up is Gordon, Bell, and Panarisi. You are watching the Ventura County Bucks of the Pro-Am League here on the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates. All right, ready? As we are yet set to start at the top of the 6th inning, Ryder Gordon leads things off, takes ball 2, as catching is Malik Clayton, as, yeah, it took us this long to figure him out, as he is not listed on the official roster of the Legends. And that is flied deep into left field. And is that going to be caught? It will be caught by Rolston. Nice catch right there, as Gordon had the green light to go. And now Connor Bell steps up to the plate. Okay. So, that was a lot of ground covered by Rolston, so a good catch right there.
I'm really impressed with Rolston. I think he is the best player on the Legends team personally. I think he has a good future as well in his baseball career. I've been impressed with him in the field as well, especially with the bat here today. We'll see if these teams meet again in the playoffs. I would presume that they would on Wednesday for a winner's bracket game and possibly even again in the finals, but we will have to wait and see. But these two teams have been clearly a cut above the rest so far throughout the regular season of the Pro-Am League.
And it has been a heck of a season so far for both of these teams, as it's not over yet. And here's the pitch. And that's going to be a base hit right there for Connor, as he's able to beat it out, as there was not going to be a play at the plate. Would have been interesting to see him get thrown out from right field, as I have seen that happen before, but on very rare occasions.
Yeah, very rare for the right fielder to throw out a runner there, but good hustle by Connor Bell as he's swinging a good bat here today. Back-to-back hits for him, 2 for 3 with a RBI back in the third, and getting some extra bats here for the Bucks here today, so it's nice to see as now Carson Panarisi will come to the plate.
Carson Panarisi steps up to the plate. He takes ball 1. Back on the mound is Sean Lovett, and that will be fouled away for strike 1. Lovett took over in the 3rd inning. He's pitched every inning since, as he's looking to get through his 3rd inning of work. Probably thought he wasn't going to have to go through this, as they thought they were going to call the mercy rule. But knowing Bobby, as that one is driven deep to left field, but definitely on the wrong side of the foul ball, as that one had some pop from Carson.
Yeah, Carson's gotten a lot of good contact on the baseball here today in both games of the doubleheader. A few have just gotten fouled down the left field line, just out in front of some of these pitches. Just has to wait back and find a pitch he likes over the zone and drive it, possibly even to left center. But he is showing a lot of power here today.
So 1-2 is your count to Carson Panarisi, as Lovett will get set to deliver the pitch. Trying to get another strikeout. He has 2 so far, and he's going to get it right there, as he gets Carson to admire that breaking ball, and that was in the strike zone. A little bit low, it looked like to me, but what the umpire says, the home plate umpire says, has the final say.
Yeah, 2 outs, man at first, and it brings up Colin Bell, the center fielder, but good pitch there from Lovett, and he lines that right to the second baseman to end things here in the top half of the 6th. And I guess they will play another inning. Might as well just play the 7 at this point. And we'll take a break, and we'll come back after this if you are still watching here on this recording.
And we've reached the bottom of the 6th inning. We've got a new pitcher once again. It is Troy May, as we are just basically going through a whirlwind of lineup changes, as now Brody Romero will be catching, and interesting to see somebody play catcher. Let's see what Scott has taught him, how well he's taught him all about blocking.
Yeah, a lot of fun to see all these players move every single inning, it seems like, and get to see May. We've seen May come in and pitch before, and maybe he's going to try out some new pitches as well. But remember, he was the one that closed out the game to beat the Biscuits in that comeback effort in that 9th inning. So we've seen him pitch in a few big moments this year. Stephen Murray, that was the one where he obviously hasn't pitched all year and things got out of hand. But again, this game's just more of having fun, as it really means nothing in terms of standings.
As number 18, Malik Clayton, drives one into right center field. He's going to round first. Maybe not going to stop at 2, but he will stop at 2. And yes, we were calling him mystery player last time up, but he gets things but Malik Clayton gets things led off with a leadoff double.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there from Malik Clayton, leadoff double. Legends, I've just been really impressed all day today. They've hit the ball really solid, a lot of hard contact, countless times here today. They've scored plenty of runs in both of these games. They got 15 runs in 4 innings, and here today they have 11 runs in the first 5 innings. So they have gone 9 innings of hitting so far, and if I add up my math correctly, they have scored 26 runs in just a regular 9-inning game. That is pretty crazy to think about here today.
That really is crazy to think about how they have all these hits, as there is a foul ball hit away by Justin Rolston. That now makes the count even up at 1-1, as we are back to the top of the lineup, as Clayton able to lead things off with a double. As the Legends, it's like you say, you're going to continue to play against us. We're going to keep going at you.
Yeah, they're going to keep coming, and Rolston has been a great hitter here today. Let's see what he can do with the bat, with man in scoring position.
Oh, as that's going to be one of the oddest plays you'll see, and he is out, as he tried to duck out of the way from that pitch. He tried to duck out of the way from the pitch, but he didn't put his bat down, and it almost worked out in his favor. That would have been something to see.
Yeah, it ends up working out in May's favor, as we have a pinch hitter, 31, coming into the game, who I believe is Kristen Luna, who caught last game for Justin Santoyo. But how crazy was that play? He gets the bat on the ball. Didn't mean to. He was trying to get out of the way of the pitch, but it works for an out, and the runner does get to third base. But as you said, just extremely rare occurrence, and it just seems like we've seen a lot of crazy things happen over the summer here in the Pro-Am League, that very odd plays that have happened countless times, and it's a good learning experience even for us to just go through these scenarios.
As that's going to be a base hit RBI from Luna, as he brings home Clayton, and he didn't even mean, he was really reaching for that pitch, and now Geck is up to bat, but they are just going to town on these Bucks.
Yeah, they're taking advantage of what's being brought to them right now. They just have a really good lineup top to bottom. That's why they've scored the most runs in the Pro-Am League all year. Luna threatening to steal. That would be something to see, but he's going to go back to first. 0-1, and it brings up another good hitter, Ryan Geck, who's had a really nice day, had the RBI triple in his last at-bat, as things have definitely gotten out of hand in favor of the Legends and not in favor of the Bucks here. But let's see if May can get out of this inning.
Yes, as he is currently ahead of Geck 0-2, trying to get the second out here with a runner at first base. And the 0-2 pitch bounces. Good block right there, and maybe trying to get him out at first was Brody Romero. And what do we tell you? Scott always teaches, whenever you got Coach Scott as your coach, you always learn how to block very well.
Yeah, you really do. Romero obviously never usually plays catcher, but a good block right there.
As that's going to hit off the back of Geck, he will go to first base.
Hold on. I haven't started this inning yet.
Oh, you have?
I know, we are all trying to get caught up as there's just been a lot happening in a short period of time. As Will Schwab will now step up to the plate. He's the only... Interesting is to note is that Schwab is the only one who hasn't reached base, but that's going to change as he now reaches base, and that will now mean that every Legends player has now reached base.
Yeah, as they get another hit. So to go through this inning here, we had the player, the 10-hole hitter, got a double to lead off the inning. What's his name? Malik Clayton. Got the double to lead off the inning. Then they had a ground out to the pitcher on that weird play to 1 out. And then I'll tell Ron and give it back to David.
As he gets Trevor Strong to swing and miss at that first pitch. Make the count 0-1. And like I said, we've seen Troy May pitch before. He closed things off in that game against the Biscuits where they came back from 7-0 down. As I'm pulling up his stats from the last time we saw him pitch, as the count is 1-1. And that will be fouled back, make the count 1-2. And that is those stats are in my backpack. As the last time Troy May pitched was on July 13th, as he pitched 1 inning, had 25 pitches, 1 strikeout, 2 walks, 1 hit, but he didn't allow a run in that game. So 1-2 is the count now to Strong. And the 1-2 pitch. That will be fouled away and will land in the bullpen. And the count will remain 1-2 as the bases are loaded. Got Luna at third, Geck at second, and Schwab at first. As May is pretending to see it, is trying to get out of this inning as he gets Strong to chase after that high pitch, gets a strikeout, and that will be out number 2 for... I want to say it's Blanda. Yes, it is Blanda. As I can recognize Blanda with his red and white glove, as he's wearing a different color glove on each hand, who started the game pitching 2 innings. And he swings and misses at that high fastball as Troy May is really trying to have a short inning, as this would in all likelihood, barring some crazy comeback, be the last at-bat for the Legends. And that's going to be in there for strike 2, so 1 strike away from ending it here.
Good job by May, and we'll see if he can finish this inning for his team. And I think they wanted him to, or he wanted to pitch out there, so that's why the game got extended. And just let the guys have a lot of fun. They've worked really hard and earned a number 2 seed and get one last final extra day of rest before the playoffs.
As there's a swing and a miss, he knocks Blanda off of his feet, and back-to-back Ks goes May, and yeah, everybody's just enjoying it out here.
Yeah, just having fun, and a nice strikeout from Troy May to get out of the bases loaded jam. And we'll see if we'll have a top of the 7th, or they might call it here.
It's down.
Done?
I told him that. No, that's game.
And I think that might be the game.
That's game, Blue, I think.
And that will be game, as the Legends will not bother with stepping up to, as they will not bother playing a 7th inning. So the game ends here in the 6th, but I don't think Bobby wants to stop. He's going out to talk to the ump.
No, I think that will end the game, and it will. So that will be the ball game. The Legends win by a score of 12-1, and they absolutely put it to the Bucks in both games of the doubleheader here today, and they earn the number 1 seed of the Pro-Am standings, and they will be playing at 4 o'clock in Golden West College in Huntington Beach tomorrow. But our Ventura County Bucks of the Pro-Am League, first playoff game, 11 a.m. Grab your coffee and join us at El Camino College, 11 a.m. Monday morning as the playoffs get started, and they will play the Sliders. David, I'm really excited for the playoffs and ready to get this thing going. Obviously, today did not go the way of the Bucks, but I'm really impressed with the Legends, and I just feel like both of these teams are on a collision course for each other, and we will see them play each other possibly on Wednesday.
Yeah, I think this is going to shape up to be one heck of a playoff run for both teams. I won't be surprised if we see these two teams in the finals, but it all starts when the Bucks will have to take on the Sliders, because you can't be like the Bruins and just overlook your round one opponent, and so they will face the Sliders, and we will have that for you right here on YouTube. And we want to thank you for listening to this recording, and thanks for listening to us all season long, as it's been one heck of a ride, wouldn't you say?
It's definitely been a ride with all our trials and tribulations, technology as well. Hopefully we've done at least an okay job bringing you some of these games. Obviously the picture and the coverage sometimes is not the best, but we've done the best that we can, and we've just enjoyed doing this. It's been a fun team to cover, and we can't wait for the playoffs on Monday here at El Camino College. And David, honestly, I'm excited to get, really some meaningful games on our slate, and as you mentioned, Sliders can't take them lightly. It's going to be a big game.
As 12-1 is your final score, Legends win it by way of the mercy rule. They win both games by way of the mercy rule, as they've scored a total of an unprecedented amount of runs in terms of 27 runs. So if you're going to put up the totals, the final score was 27-3. Can you beat that?
Yeah, I can't really beat that, kind of like a football score, but that is the totals here today, and the Bucks will reset for the playoffs on Monday.
So for Adam Glick and for our stats keeper Ron Murray, I'm David D'Amico saying so long, and we'll see you next time.